Hi there, Casey Backyard Garden Guy, and I wanted to show you how I successfully separate seedlings. So I was really scared at first. The first year that I started seeds, I actually planted all of my cups. I had multiple seeds and multiple seedlings. So I was really nervous about killing off, when I separated them, but actually I had really good success. So I figured I'd show you the tips and tricks on how I do it, and then maybe that'll help you not be so nervous if you're doing it for the first time. So anyway, here are the plants that I'm going to separate. These are restarts. My first seed source for Captain Lucky didn't do well at all. They didn't germinate. So I found another seed source and these did germinate. Now, I've kind of neglected them as far as keeping the soil coming up the sides as they've grown, because I've started literally over 300 tomato plants this year. But that's okay. They will catch up once I get them transferred into the ground. So I'm going to have my son Blane be the camera guy for this particular video. Hi, Blane.
Hello.
All right, the first tip that I want to give you is it's a lot easier and less stressful on the root system if the soil in the cups are wet. So I've been bottom watering these for the last couple of days. It just really helps. The roots are much more flexible, and that's very helpful, of course, in this process. You want to do as little shock as possible. So I just have the markers ready. I also have their new cup homes ready, and what I do is I just use my fingers to support the plant base, and then I turn it upside down and I just gently squeeze a little bit until it slides out. So there you have it. There's a really good healthy root system there. They aren't as close together as the other ones that I just did, but really you just grab it at the base on each side and you gently wiggle and pull. I don't think I damaged any roots in that particular scenario. That's okay if you do rip some from one or the other or both. They will survive. Tomato plants are very resilient. So then you just drop them in the cups. This actually has a little more soil than it needs to have to start, because you want to bury these as deeply as possible, not only when you're transplanting into other cups, but also when you put them in the ground. You want to bury them as deep as possible. That allows you to get the healthiest root system possible. And then I just fill the sides up with more Fox Farms Ocean Forest potting soil. And then, of course, don't forget to mark your plants, because you certainly won't remember next week, maybe not even tomorrow or tonight, which one this is if it's not marked. The other thing I wanted to point out is, as I was talking about the root system, burying them as deep as possible, if you've ever noticed the fuzzy part of tomato plant stem, those are actually wannabe roots. So if they meet soil, they will start to grow into roots and help branch out and bring nutrients to the tomato plant. So that's a very healthy thing to do, to bury it as deep as possible, not only, again, when you're transplanting, but when you're putting them into the ground. You can literally bury them all the way up to the very top if you can. You don't have to, but the deeper you bury them, the more success the plants will have. So that's how I separate plants. I do the same thing with pepper plants, with basil, with marigolds, really anything. So that's my process for separating seedlings. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and follow if you want to keep up with my garden journey this year. And as always, happy gardening!